Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing fine. How is things? I'm sure most of you are at work, or some of you are on their way to work. Others, I'm not sure. But I hope wherever you are, you're doing fine. So, it's been a minute, guys. Like I always say to you, if I have nothing to share, I will not come through. I will certainly come through if I feel there's something that I need to share with you, or if I feel there's an opportunity that maybe some of you can benefit from it. But if you see me quiet and minding my own business, it simply means I have nothing to share. I've done my researches and I don't seem to see anything that I've not talked about. Yeah. So it is what it is, guys. But I always keep saying to you, keep your ears on the ground everywhere. Because it's good these days, you know, people, with the introduction of social media, people are willing to share opportunities. So it's not about Novantu sharing only or whoever, but wherever you hear people talking about diaspora opportunities, you know, make sure you get your ears on the ground. Get whatever information you can get from there. Not necessarily to say every information you hear is true. No, guys, it is not. Some of us are just for, you know, whatever reasons, sharing things that do not even exist, which is a bit unfair, really. Yeah, but get whatever information you can get, then do your due diligence, right? It's up to you now to go and search. At times, they're giving you the lead to say, okay, search somewhere here. There could be something, right? And then if you search along those lines, you could definitely find something that suits you. And then there are some of us who just talk from the blues, you know, and tell you, there is about 1,000 jobs that are available, and they're recruiting from abroad. There is a lot of guys. It can't be too good to be true like that. I've always argued, Mina, it cannot be too good. Things don't just come easily like that. Like I will keep emphasizing, guys, these diaspora opportunities, specifically with the UK and Ireland, who had opened up for care jobs and everything, they have since, you know, been on the low side. My thinking, my assumption is, this is not factual, is the COVID time birthed this thing, this, you know, introduced this care visa job, you know, this care, what, I want to believe that. And now, yes, COVID could still be there, but it's not a pandemic like it was at that time. And if you realize even the pattern of people coming during those times, 2020, 2021, 2022 to 2023, a huge number of people relocated, guys. A very, very large amount of people relocated because the care, you know, sector needed people to come. There was a crisis, right? But now, as we get to this 2025, relocation, especially with the care visa, it's been on the low side, guys. That's a fact. We can't run away from it, and we just have to accept it as it is. But it doesn't mean we're just going to fold our hands and say, Zwavarana, or Uchile, or what. No, guys. There's still other ways. Remember, there was a time where there were guys that came from that way in America. There's a couple that is in America, and a guy who is in Canada. They came through, you know, out of their own goodwill to say, there's still something here, guys. Let's try other avenues. Okay, so what am I saying, Novantu? What are you saying to us exactly? What are you saying? What I'm saying, guys, is currently, if you see a job being advertised with visa sponsorships, pardon me, guys, I won't be able to read your comments, but I will certainly take time to sit and read your comments, respond where I have to, and then, yeah, but we can keep engaging. Just send through your comments. I will respond. It's better, guys, to send through your comments here on the comments than for you to come to the inbox, because inbox I don't open. Main reason is because it's overwhelmed. I cannot cope. So I feel Lapa, it's easy for me to browse through, see your questions and respond. So you can pose your questions there. So I was saying, what am I saying then about these diaspora opportunities, this care especially, because I know a lot of people, you know, were interested in the care. Care with the UK and Ireland. My only advice that I can give to you is, remember I gave you a challenge sometime. With Ireland, honestly, it hasn't been announced that they're not recruiting from abroad. No, I would be lying. And even in the UK, from my understanding, it seems like that was just a proposal. So they haven't yet implemented it. That's what my researchers tell me. So meaning to say, even currently, while you're doing your searches, you can find a UK company, you know, recruiting. As long as they say they have visa sponsorship, guys, that's a good chance for you. As long as they say international applicants accepted, that's an opportunity for you. And I've come across companies that are saying that. I've posted them. I think last week, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there were different jobs. And then yesterday, I did share something that I saw on somebody's account, and I thought, okay, I didn't do my researches on that one, but I believe I'm not the only one who can do that. You can also do that research. So check for those jobs there in Scotland. Check for that job and see if you qualify. If you certainly meet the requirements, guys, I'm sorry it's raining, you might not get me clearly. If you certainly meet the requirements, put in your application. As long as the job says international applicants accepted or visa sponsorship available. At times, visa sponsorship might mean they want people for switches. They are not necessarily taking people from abroad, but they are taking people that are within the UK, but who require switches. It might mean two things. But if you are there in Bulawayo, in Harare, in Joburg, in Pretoria, in Zambia, Lusaka, wherever, as long as you're in Africa and you wish to relocate to the UK, it doesn't harm you to just put in your application for that job, which says visa sponsorship available. That should be your prayer when you're searching for these jobs, guys. Look for companies that say visa sponsorship available. When you find that company saying visa sponsorship available, don't just then say, okay, no, I heard UK is no longer recruiting, because I get some questions, people saying, since UK is no longer recruiting, should I apply? Apply if the job is there. Because you can't just apply to somewhere where they haven't advertised. You are applying to where they've advertised. So if you are privileged to find a job that says visa sponsorships available, go for it, guys. Apply and apply objectively. How to search for those jobs? I know we have other new people that have joined us. I've done previous lives, guys, to show you how you search for these jobs, where exactly to check for the jobs, which websites to use, which keywords to use when you're searching for these jobs. So if you don't mind, check the previous videos, and then some videos could be deleted by Facebook. You can go and check them on YouTube. I did take a step further to upload those videos on YouTube. So you can just go and check YouTube. What's my name on YouTube? Nobantu Dodombambo, or it's the Mdolombas, yeah. I think it's the Mdolombas. So in case you can't find some of the videos, go and check, guys. I've always said searching for a job is a full-time job, guys. Job searching is a full-time job, like full-time. I've noticed when I decide, okay, today I want to dedicate this day to just search for jobs, I can spend almost half of my day doing that. And then that then explains to you, it's not easy. You can spend the whole day just glued on your laptop or on your phone searching for these jobs. You're looking for the keywords, visa sponsorship, care jobs with visa sponsorships in Canada. No, sorry, in UK. Care jobs with visa sponsorships in Ireland. Just like that. That's your key. Those are your key searching jobs, key search words. Okay? So now, when you find those jobs with visa sponsorships, put in your application. Apply objectively. What do I mean by applying objectively? You look at the job, the advertised job. Look at it closely, guys. Take your time. Take your precious time. Check what they have requested from you. Check the requirements, because you do not want to waste your time. You do not want to just waste your time and raise your hopes high, you know, thinking, I've put in my application, so I'm just waiting for their response. Because when you wait for their response, guys, you're so, you're so uncomfortable. You can't just wait to hear that, to read that email, to say, unfortunately, we're inviting you for interviews or whatever. So, you know, that anxiety which you have, don't just cause unnecessary anxiety to yourself when you know you haven't done justice to your application. I hope I'm understood, guys. Bangan Mami, please. Because a lot of people say, we've been applying, but we're not getting any responses, one. Secondly, they would say, we are applying, but we are getting, unfortunately. I've seen that, guys. You know, at times you apply, and you do not fit the job totally. You do not fit the job totally. They've said they want people that are in UK. But when you put in your application, do you expect to get a response from there? You won't get a response from there, guys. Definitely you won't. It's just like a simple example. With Diaspora Insurance, I've told you about Diaspora Insurance, where you get a cashback plan when you get a bereavement or what. And so that company currently, it is only servicing people that are outside Africa. I've specified that even on my post. You see that, and even if you click on that link, it will specify there is no Zimbabwe, there is no what country of residence. Or it's like if you check the countries that are being serviced, you'll see they only want people that are in the diaspora. But you'll see more than 100 people coming to my inbox signing up for that thing. I will not respond, guys, because we have stated that people that are serviced currently are people that are in the diaspora. So it's just like you applying for a job that they've specified to say they want people that are in the UK. They want people resident in Ireland. And then you go on and put your application. No miracle is going to happen there. All that's going to happen is your application is going to be is not going to be attended to. Your application is going to be read, but no one is going to attend to it, or no one is going to give a response to your application. So it then creates so much frustration on you to say, I'm applying, but I'm not getting any responses. So be very, very careful, guys, with the jobs that you're applying to. You see the buildings, guys, here. Yeah, at least you're getting a tour as well. So, yeah, they love their buildings like this. All right, so you apply objectively. The main thing that you need to do, guys, is to focus on what the application requires from you. Are you the ideal candidate for this job? Are you the ideal, applicant, to be precise, for this job? If you see you do not qualify, no harm, pass, this is not for you. What's yours will come along the way, and we are okay then. And then, remember, on the job advert, there's something called job specifications. I know this might not be, something that people will just sit and listen to what I'm talking about, but you'll need it, guys. Because I see the way people bring in their questions on inbox, they need this information that I'm talking about. People don't pay attention to these things. But those that put the adverts, they have a very good reason why they do that. So there's something called job specifications or roles and responsibilities. People tend to ignore that. And it then causes so much disadvantage to your application. Why am I saying that? Job specification or roles and responsibilities, they are simply giving you a guide to say, for us to consider you for an interview, you need to possess these skills. You need to have done these responsibilities. And then they'll list for you all those things. If you're a carer, for instance, they would say you should be able to do some, grooming. You should be able to do some, be able to feed clients or patients. You should be in a position for senior carers at times they'll say, maybe you should be able to give oral medications or assist, or be able to be, to hold or to, what do you say? What do they say? They have their specific ways of paraphrasing these things. But they are going to list what they require from you. So then that means your CV should align with what they have requested from you. You check on your CV, you see if your CV meets the requirements. If your CV holds, or your CV has all those things that have been listed, right? If your CV has those things, now you are fair and fine. But if your CV doesn't, but you've done some of those things that they've mentioned, edit your CV, put those things that they've said they require from you. I'm explaining this just to, to elaborate on what I mean when I say apply objectively. So when you have that done, you know at least you are responding to an advert that needs a person who is abroad or a person who is an international candidate. And then at least you are applying for a job that you fit in, like you hold those roles and responsibilities. I think I might lose my network anytime now, but it's fine. I'll still get it maybe after a minute or so. So if you're still interested in what I'm talking about, just hold on right there. Hold on right there. So now, when your CV meets all those things, all the requirements and all that, you put in your application, guys. There are some that say, but my IELTS has expired. I did TP test, it has also expired. What do I do? And all that. Guys, don't worry about some of those things, okay? I know it's a requirement, but have you noticed when you apply these IELTS, or when you check for these jobs advertised, your IELTS, your TP test, and your what, on the first stage, they don't ask for those things. On the initial application stage, they don't ask for those things. Okay. I've had a number of people that have applied and they don't have their IELTS, or they have their IELTS but it is expired, or they don't have their TP test and all that. So don't worry about those things, guys. It happens, and all you need to do is just to be honest with them on your interviews, because you might be invited for interviews and then they're going to ask you, some of these questions. And in case they don't ask you, you can, you can just highlight it, or you can just leave it like that. When the time comes and they've told you, congratulations, you're successful, blah, blah, blah. So what we need now is this, this, and that. Then you can run around and do all these things that have, that have been requested for. Or even by the time you have been called for interviews and you feel, I nailed it. Yes, this is it. You can feel it at times. I nailed it. Lapana got things right. You can, there's that sixth sense that tells you got it right. So at that time, I would suggest maybe that's the time when you can start, organizing your TB test or doing your IELTS and blah, blah, blah and all that. But if you mention it to the company that I had my IELTS, but they've since expired and I'm willing to redo them, no worries. No worries. Because the moment they decide they're taking international candidates, they are prepared, for this processing time. They won't rush you to come, we need you next week or what. No, they know the process might take it might be lengthy. So that's the time that you could use, to apply for your IELTS and all that. So fine, fair and fine. You have applied for the job and all that. So don't worry about some of these things. Well, now at this moment, what you want is a job that says they have visa sponsorship. That's the most important part at this time. Okay, so when you get that job, guys, both UK and Ireland, do that. Go for it. Grab it with all your toes and your fingers, because they hardly come by. Katesi, especially in Ireland, most jobs, guys, they are saying they require people that are within Ireland. Can I emphasize this one more time? I think I've always done it anyway. Guys, you do not pay for jobs in Ireland. Never, over your dead body. If you see yourself paying for a job, and then just know you are promoting scammers. Simple. You are also, untrustworthy. Desperate as we are, guys, but there's never a time where you're thinking, let me buy this job, because you're simply buying a job. And Ireland, guys, the companies will be, all these things will be taken care of by the company, because they have an agreement with the company. If it's a recruitment agency, they have an agreement with the company that needs you, with the company that you're going to be working for, that they are the ones that are going to pay them if they are a recruitment agency. But if they are a direct company, that direct company has a certain funding that they have to bring you from abroad. Guys, so you can't pay the company when they already have received that certain funding for them. So you're simply promoting. And in most cases, people who require to be paid, they are agencies, and I'm a fake agencies food. Or if it's companies, they are fake companies. I'm a fly-by-night companies. One way or the other, you have a problem along the way, guys. You have a problem. And it's either unfortunate or fortunate, because I'm on the ground. And people that use that route, they are back on square one to say this is what happened. And then that's when people start saying, I had paid so much and what. But they no longer have jobs. The company that they came with no longer has hours. So you're stuck. And now you want to blame the person that you paid to, to say, but you did it in agreement, guys. You did it in agreement, and you promoted it by paying. And how many times have we said it? Guys, don't pay for these things. Do not pay for these things. Auntie, do not pay for these things, guys. Okay, I'm going to do this. If you don't mind. Do not pay for these things, guys. Auntie, I hope that makes sense. At least I'm going to be parking anytime now, and then we can talk. So I hope that makes sense, guys, and you won't fall prey for these things, because my cases on corner, they're getting too much. They're getting too much. Some, they come in the name of in the name of socialites, and they know if they talk, they're going to be heard. So they will ask for some certain amounts of monies, and because you're desperate, you need this thing, you're going to fall for it. Be very careful, guys. Very, very careful. I can come to you, say whatever, tell you there is a job, there is a company that's recruiting, but I'll never tell you what you have to pay so much. Never that much, because I know it doesn't happen. It does not happen. Ireland is organized like this, company like that. Companies have they have some money that they are given to sponsor you. Okay, so right, I think we can do this. All right, so let me get my hair was a bit messy. Okay, right, let me try and see if I can read your comments. All right, you can ask questions, guys. And then one other thing that I wanted to say was, I think I've addressed this issue of people saying, should I apply since Ireland has, since UK has stopped recruiting, what should I do? What I can say to you guys is apply. The key thing there is, does the job have visa sponsorship? If the job has visa sponsorship, then you're good to go. And then the other options that are there now, guys, is the what you call this, UK, USA, guys, has other options for you to use, to go as a excuse me, to go under J1. And if you go under J1, everything is processed for you there and whatever. So check. Remember, we had guests that talked to us about the J1 route. So if you check J1, J1 jobs or J1 programs in the USA, you check whatever is available. I did send a very long list of agents that are recruiting. So check for those things and see what's available for you. You never know, guys. Maybe UK was not meant for you, or maybe Ireland was not meant for you. you were destined for the States and all that. And so check for those things. Do check for those things. Right, I see the comments now. Hi, Togo. How are you, Dali? All right. I hope you're doing fine. So check for those things. Good morning. Hi, Primrose. How are you? Ask me questions, guys, before we close this live. I have about 5 more minutes. Ask me questions. Ask me questions. In inbox, I don't open inbox, guys. I don't. That's why we have this platform. Let's keep it public so that you are not scammed. Honestly, when you come to my inbox and you find me broke, I'll be tempted to tell you things that do not exist. And I'll be tempted to tell you I can get you a job. Pay me 12,000. Pay me 5,000. Which is not what I want. Which is not what I preach. So desist from people's inboxes, guys. Desist. Unless if you're coming to share good news or to share an opportunity or to say, okay, let people try this. Like what others have done. Fine. That, and I've set my inbox to like select, keywords like that. When somebody is coming to share information, I'll certainly see. I'll scroll through to see that job, that information that they share. But for those who are asking things that we can respond to each other on the comments, something that is not a secret, something like, okay, how do I apply? And then you post a job, maybe it's mechanics or what, they'll come to the inbox and say, I'm a mechanic. Or they'll say, how do I apply? Or they'll say, aye, guys, gone are the days, I don't respond. I don't. So if you have any question, guys, let's respond. Let's interact, Kona. And I know others would have better responses. Others would have better responses. Right. Hi. Any questions for me? So the States, how to apply on Indeed, sis. Ukuze babone that I'm based in Zimbabwe. Sure. Imsebenzi. Interviews. That's the other thing, right? We interview. If I'm mentioning it says Zimbabwe, but tell us when you are back in the UK, US, those things. I know, guys. You know what? I've noticed that with Indeed. But at times, or Indeed, in other jobs, they'll specify, you need to be in whatever, in the UK or whatever. And then at times there are questions that are posed, like when you go through the application, there's a question where they say, do you reside in the UK? Do you require visa sponsorship? Have you noticed those questions, Santi? Have you noticed there is a portion like at the end of the application form where they're asking those questions? Do you require sponsorship? Do you have a driver's license, or do you have I forget, I think it's about 3 or 4 questions that they ask. So if you respond to those questions, they are the ones that are going to guide them to say, okay, are they offering visa sponsorships or not? Because at times they actually call you for interviews when in actual fact they only want people that are within the country. I don't know why. I think they're over. I don't know. And it's so much time wasting even for them to go through interviews, and all that, when in actual fact they want people that are within. So there's no way we can run away from that. I don't know, Uguti, it's the company's problem where they don't get to see that this person is abroad or not. So maybe what you could do as well, when you are applying, you could actually state, Uguti, you require visa sponsorship. Especially maybe if you're applying on email. But if you're applying on a visa, on an application form, there's a portion where they ask if you require visa sponsorships or not. Just confirm with me, Sandy, if you agree with what I'm saying. Morning, Stando. How are you? Okay, I have 3 more minutes to go. I hope Sandy comes back to me, Dabana, because I've noticed that as well. And it's so frustrating. I've had people that I've coached for my interviews, Somebody tells me I'm due for an interview. I ask them, to send me your interview invite. Let me check the company that invited you. Because at times, it's these bogus companies that invite you when they actually have nothing to offer you. And then we check, we see it's a genuine company, it's a company in Ireland. Then they go through the interviews and Lama will be so nervous. I need to hear how it went on, to see if my efforts were fruitful. And then only after the interview, the person will be saying to me, they say they want a person who is already in Ireland. But really, why did you then waste your time, company? I remember this time there was one who was invited for a hospital job, a big hospital. I did my researches, inquired about the questions that they usually ask and all that. Be prepared fully for this interview. We prepared fully because our hospitals, they have their own strategized way of doing our interviews up. We did all the preparations. But after the interviews, only to be told, which unfortunately we require people. I think they assume everybody who applies is within their country. Yeah, one. Hi Nicholas, how are you? So I've specified, guys, about in UK and Ireland, and apply if you get a job that says they have visa sponsorship. There's no harm, you don't lose anything. Okay, and then with the USA, guys, put in your applications under the J1 route, the visa route. J1, check the jobs that are there. There's a long list that I put, which were provided by USJJ. Check. You could manage to get 1 or 2 or 3 invites there, you know, for you to come through for an interview. You never know. So apply for those opportunities. And then one thing also that I want to emphasize on, guys, I know this might not make sense to some of you, but kindly do the German language. Kindly do the German language, guys. Honestly, I feel there's something for you in Germany as long as you have the German language. Okay? Good morning. Morning, Elizabeth. How are you? How are you? Kindly do the German language. You never know. You never know, guys. We could be struggling with these other countries when in actual fact you're supposed to be in Germany, you know. Yeah, so I think that's all that I wanted to motivate you about, guys, to say it's not easy. The diaspora journey is not easy. I've shared with you, though I got a bit tired, but I think I'll still come back if you're still interested in knowing about my journey. I've shared with you part of my journey. It was not easy, guys. It was not easy, and it is still not easy. You know, in the diaspora, you're always on your toes. Yeah, you're always on your toes, and it will not come easy. But now, the most important thing is for you to get that job offer. That's what is important. Don't worry about the rest of the things. Some will be saying, how are the cost of things? It's okay. Things are expensive, guys. Everything has just gone haywire. Okay, sis, we'll definitely check on that. Really. Saying us what to do, but I hope you understand what I'm talking about. And if you see, especially Indeed has a portion at the end, a portion which asks you, do you require visa sponsorship? I think it's about 3 questions, if I'm not mistaken. So you need to respond to those questions, and that will guide them. Does this person require sponsorship or not? Morning, atolagala gupi amaster husband. Oh, bless you, see we sing chuma. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Yeah, thank you so much for your thoughts. But somewhere if you click something somewhere, something will pop up. Yes, it indeed is genuine. Indeed is genuine. It is a website that is there. But to be honest with you, genuine as it isn't, scammers may also advertise their jobs there. As long as there is now no way where they're asking you to pay money, guys, put in your application. As long as they don't ask you for money. I mean, my biggest challenge, my biggest problem is a company that says you need to pay so much for a processing fee. Guys, there's nothing like that. There's nothing. When I started talking about this, I was the evil person. I was hated. I was, called all sorts of names and all. But I still stand even up to today. Do not pay for these things, guys. Don't pay, because it's going to haunt you. Long time kazana anjana mapoezi. Apila Charity, thank you so much. It's been long. If I don't have anything to share, guys, I mind my own business. I just sit and relax. Yeah, but whenever something pops up, or whenever I see there are lots of questions directed to somewhere, I come in and, guys, my time is gone. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me, and all the best, guys. I love you, and whenever I have anything, I'll certainly come through and share. What about sick? It's very legit, guys. Do it. It's legit. But scammers will advertise as long as they don't ask for your money. Go for it. Put in your application. We've got this, guys. We've got this. Bye for now, and love you so much. All the best in your application.